Do you really think you have to work 12 hours a day to make a lot of money? What if I told you that you could work just 4 hours and make more money than you do now? What do you think about the idea of getting up without an alarm clock? Doing something that really makes you feel good and still making decent money? Is it hard to believe? And now, honestly, how much time a day do you really work? And how much time do you spend hanging out on your phone, browsing social networks, drinking coffee with coworkers, or staring at the ceiling? Write in the comments how many actual hours a day are spent on real work. Spoiler: if you remove everything unnecessary and implement a couple of cool habits, you can earn more, working only 4 hours a day. The main mistakes that make you work more and earn less. Let's make it clear right away. This video is not for those who just sit on a paycheck and are willing to put up with the boss for stable pennies. It's for those who want to really manage their time, pump up their skills, and earn more by working less. If you decide for yourself how much to earn, be it business, freelancing, sales, or any other field where your income depends on your actions, listen up. Mistake 1: working for the sake of working. If you think that the more hours you put in, the more you should earn, I have bad news for you. Most people are busy with bullshit. Correspondence, planning meetings, small tasks that don't produce any results. Solution: evaluate your work soberly. What of what you do actually makes money? Everything else, to automate, delegate, or trash. Mistake 2: no system and no priorities. If your day starts with checking email, social media, and trying to figure out what to do, that's it. You've lost. Without a clear plan, you'll be wasting time on nonsense. Solution: start each day with a main task. It's better to do 3 powerful things than 20 useless little things. Mistake 3: doing routine tasks manually. Are you still manually answering the same questions from clients? Doing calculations that could be automated? Filling out spreadsheets instead of customizing your CRM? Solution: any task that is repetitive should be delegated or automated. Your time is worth more. Mistake 4: focus on the process rather than the outcome. If you think long hours of work, success, look at the really rich people. They aren't bogged down with minutia because they're working on a system instead of drowning in tasks. Solution: you don't have to work harder. You have to work smarter. If you can make as much in an hour as you can in a day, why waste a day? If any of these things apply to you, it's time to change your strategy. Now we get to the fun part: how exactly to work 4 hours a day and earn more. The principles of working 4 hours a day. You can read hundreds of books on productivity, but the bottom line boils down to 4 things. Work less, but smarter. Delegate what you can. Automate routines, and take more money for your labor. Let's break down how this works. 1. The Pareto Rule 80-20. 80% of your results come from 20% of your effort. Everything else is noise. Instead of throwing yourself into small tasks, ask yourself, what 20% of my work makes the most money? What can I not do at all and no one will notice? Example: you have a business. If 80% of your profits come from 2 to 3 clients, focus on them, not dozens of small orders. 2. Delegation and outsourcing. If you do everything yourself, you are a bottleneck in your business. Any repetitive task should be delegated to someone else. What you can delegate: freelancers, design, texts, advertising, data processing. To an assistant: mail, meetings, organizational issues. To automated services: mailings, accounting, analytics. Example: you run social media. Instead of spending hours editing videos, hire an editor and free up your time for the main thing: content creation. 3. Automate processes. If you're answering the same question 10 times a day, it's not work, it's a madhouse. What you can automate: answering customers, templates, chatbots, finance, auto payments, CRM, marketing, auto funnels, advertising campaigns. Example: you have an online course. Instead of manually sending lessons, connect an automatic mailing list and let sales go through an auto funnel. 4. Deep work. If you are constantly distracted, your brain is working in chaos mode. How to work deep: allocate 2 hours without interruptions for nonsense: chats, social media, calls. Work in one window, no switching. Use a timer: Pomodoro method 90-30. Example: you need to write a sales proposal. Instead of doing it in between, sit down, set a timer for 90 minutes, and immerse yourself in the task. You'll get it done 3 times faster. These are the 4 things that separate those who work 4 hours and earn more from those who are busy 12 hours a day, but sit still. Robert Kiyosaki in Rich Dad, Poor Dad said, "The poor work for money. The rich create systems that make money for them." So forget about hourly, and let's figure out how to really get to the next level of income. 1. Raise the value of your hour. If your income is based on the number of hours you work, you're trapped. The more expensive your hour is, the less you have to work. Example, John works 40 hours a week at $20 an hour. Bottom line, $200 a month. Mike works 10 hours a week but at $200 an hour. Bottom line, $8,000 a month. One is working, the other is vacationing. The difference? Mike doesn't sell time, he sells results. How to raise your check. Don't sell a service, sell a solution. People don't need a logo. They need a brand that will boost sales. Specialize. The more expert you are, the more expensive you are. Just a designer is cheaper than a UX designer who increases website conversion rates. Position yourself for the top market. It's one thing to sell business courses to students. It's another to CEOs of large companies. Robert Cialdini in The Psychology of Influence writes, "The higher the price, the more valuable the thing is in the eyes of the customer." 2. Stop trading time for money. If your income is limited to the hours you can work, you're trapped. You need to scale your income, like smart people do. Freelancer sells solution packages instead of services. Coach creates a group coaching or course instead of 1.1. Designer makes templates that sell to hundreds of people. Expert writes a book, creates a subscription, does master classes. Kiyosaki said, "If you work for a paycheck, you work for the system. If you have assets, the system works for you." If you think productivity is all about plans, time management, and delegation, you're forgetting the main player, your brain. This guy does all the work. But if you're not sleeping well and putting junk food in you, it just can't deliver 100% power. Sleep, your personal turbo mode. Want to know what Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and other billionaires have in common? They value sleep. What happens to you if you sleep less than 6 hours? You get dumb. Decisions take longer, mistakes multiply. You're slow. You get half as much done in the same amount of time. You're lazy. No energy, no motivation. Matthew Walker, in his book Why We Sleep, explains, sleep is not a waste of time, but a major tool for high productivity. What to do? 7-8 hours of sleep minimum. Successful people don't sleep it off later. They sleep normally all the time. Go to bed and get up at the same time. The brain needs stability. No cell phone before bed. The screen kills melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. Bottom line, want to get 8 hours of work done in 4? Get a good night's sleep. Want to know how nutrition affects your productivity? Write in the comments.